keep trusting my Lord. 269. I just keep trusting my Lord as I walk along. I just keep trusting my Lord, and he gives a song. Though the storm clouds darken the sky or the heavenly trail, I just keep trusting my Lord. He will never fail. He's a faithful friend, such a faithful friend. I can count on him to the very end. Though the storm clouds darken the sky or the heavenly trail, I just keep trusting my Lord. He will never fail. All right, any favorites? Any favorites that you'd like to sing? Anybody?
396.
396. In the red. Let's go there. 396. I must tell Jesus. I must tell Jesus all of my trials. I cannot bear these burdens alone. In my distress, he kindly will help me. He ever loves and cares for his own. I must tell Jesus, I must tell Jesus, I cannot bear my burdens alone. I must tell Jesus, I must tell Jesus, Jesus will help me, Jesus alone. Any other favorites? Who had their hand raised? Oh, Josiah. 460? 416. 416. Does Jesus care? Does Jesus care when my heart is pained too deeply for mirth and song? As the burdens press and the cares distress and the way grows weary and long. Oh yes, he cares. I know he cares. His heart is touched with my grief. When the days are weary, the long nights dreary, I know my Savior cares. Amen. Anybody else have a favorite?
Do we know 390? Oh, boy.
Sorry, go ahead.
Day by day, I don't know what page.
Day by day.
Day by day, I don't know what page it is.
420.
What is it, 420?
420. Yep. 420 in the red. day by day, and with each passing moment, strength I find to meet my trials here, trusting in my Father's wise bestowment. I've no cause for worry or for fear. He whose heart is kind beyond all measure gives unto each day what he deems best. Lovingly, it's part of pain and pleasure, mingling toil with peace and rest. Beautiful songs. Yes, Miss Carmen? 460? 419. All right. God will take care of you. 419. Be not dismayed, whate'er betide, God will take care of you. Beneath his wings of love abide, God will take care of you. God will take care of you through every day or all the way. He will take care of you. God will take care of you. Yes, ma'am. 398.
Did I say that? That's the one that I was sitting
I don't really remember how this one goes, so. Long has it been since you talked with the Lord and told him your heart's hidden secrets? How long since you prayed? How long since you stayed on your knees till the light shone through? How long has it been since your mind felt at ease? How long since your heart knew no burden? Can you call him your friend? How long has it been since you knew that he cared for you? Let's sing the second verse. That's a beautiful song. How long has it been since you knelt by your bed and prayed to the Lord up in heaven? How long since you knew that he'd answer you and would keep you the long night through? How long has it been since you woke with the dawn and felt that the day's worth the living? Can you call him your friend? How long has it been since you knew that he cared for you?
Okay, I just got word that I don't know it's true, but supposedly the riots have started downtown Holland. I don't know that's true. We haven't got confirmation of that, but somebody in social media sent it out that they are gathering around the courthouse and they're wanting to do that kind of stuff. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but this is our city, and let me say it this way. I remember, you guys ever heard of what's the Baptist church in Iowa that was stupid? Westboro. And when they were going to come and protest my nephew's wedding or my nephew's funeral, and at first I was a little concerned about that. I wasn't concerned that they would disturb the funeral. I was disturbed that they would be killed because we're Americans. And that's small town America. That's what real America's about. You guys, don't get all whipped up into a frenzy about Atlanta, Chicago, New York, Philadelphia, LA. That's not America. All right? Those are big cities. And America is outside of those cities. And I mean, when I was in Illinois, we would say if we could just trade Chicago and Cook County to Canada for Alberta, we would do that. And then when we get here, we say if we can get rid of Detroit and Wayne County, then the rest of Michigan's awesome. And that goes no matter what state you're in. That's where it goes to, because you got the largest city of the state and they suck up all the oxygen in the state. And but this is our town. Now, I'm not looking to get into a fight with anybody, but I also will not back down because this is where my family lives, and these are my grandchildren, and not backing down. Again, I don't want to put on this uber, I'm real tough guy. I just ain't backing down. This, come what may, this is, that's why God gives us guns. What did he tell him? He said, you got one sword, better go sell what you got and buy another one. That's what he says. And, so, but then also, he also said, if you live by the sword, you're going to die by the sword. So, but this is our town. We're not going to have thugs from outside the town come in here and destroy our town that we're going to turn around and pay for and destroy our businesses. And, but if we got a governor that's got the brain bigger than a dead fly, that she'll know enough to bring the military in. And as soon as anyone steps out of line, you thump their stinking melon, and that'll do it. That'll do it, And governments, through those praise of them that do good, and they're there to take care of those that do evil. All right, so I don't know if anybody gets any more information that can be verified, validated, then let me know about it, and we'll try to keep our folks updated here. Know that this Holland was the bastion, the last frontier of conservatism in the state of Michigan, and the homosexuals focused on Holland because of the homosexual billionaire in Kalamazoo. And he funded them people to come here to win the elections, to influence the government, and all that kind of thing. So, and they won because the rest of us Christians were so prosperous, we were too comfortable to get up and go vote, and we pay for it. But remember, it's always easier to defend the land you got than to retake it. So now we got to retake it. And again, not looking for a fight, but I'm not backing down. This is where I live, and them suckers want to bring it here. Game on, baby. Again, not trying to be uber tough or anything. That's just, you need to be that way. This is yours. Nobody's taking it. Nobody's taking it from us. Okay. Sir. Okay, all right, as long as that's what it is. And we're all for protesters. They should protest. If I were a black man, I'd be protesting. That's like when Obama got elected. If I was a black guy, I'd be thrilled that somebody of my race, even if I disagreed with him, he's the first black president. That's awesome for black folks. And I'm good with that, and that's no problem. But again, they want to protest. God bless them. I think they should. And I was a cop in the military, and the fight was over. The guy was handcuffed. He wasn't resisting. It's done. And you get him up, got a couple guys. I shouldn't tell you some of these stories, but when I was, maybe not. Well, when I was brand new in the military and just learning law enforcement, not just security, but learning law enforcement, my basketball coach was inspector on base, and he was telling me a story, and they had a picture, and this guy was kind of beat up. This guy, this perp that they'd picked up, he was a military guy. I said, man, how did he get so hurt? He says, well, he wasn't hurt. He kind of got hurt getting into the car. Oh, I get it. Yeah. Well, he had attacked them and hurt them. So once they finally got him taken care of, they had to somehow get him in the car. I got the impression that the roof was a little too low, if you get my point. And, get in there, man. Yeah, it happens. That's back when America still had some semblance of toughness. Now we're all pink tea, lace underwear, spineless, milk toast, You know what? Here's my thought. Anybody ever heard of Dr. Spock, 1960s? What was his big deal? Don't spank your children. Why? Because you're limiting them. You're restricting their free expression. What do the governors do now for the perps that are out here destroying the cities? What did de Blasio just say today or yesterday? Let's deal with them with a gentle hand. Let them back off. Let them revolt. Let them tear up. Let them burn. Let them rape, steal, and pillage. Just back off because you don't want to restrict their expression. That came from Spock. Why? Because de Blasio and those clowns were raised by parents that were dumb enough to listen to Spock. And now they raised a group, and now the grandchildren of those 60 dope-smoking, free-sex, acid-dropping liberals are now running around burning down everything because they have a right to free expression. So this is on the internet, right? Well, that's probably not a good thing. All right. But that's just the way that I view it. So don't get wigged out about it. But I would counsel you to get a gun, only for protection of yourself and others. That's it. That's it. Just protection for yourself and others. Get a gun. And then somebody said, you have a gun? I said, yeah, I got it. I said, was it loaded? I said, what good is it if it's not? And of course it's loaded. I got a house. You got furniture in it? Yeah. That's what a house does. Put furniture in it, man. So, at any rate. All right, so it's protest. Again, God bless them. Encourage, support everybody who protests peacefully. That's what they're supposed to do, all right? So you just don't have a right to infringe upon somebody else's right, right? Like somebody had wisely said 75 years ago, no one has a right to our freedoms that would use our freedoms to destroy our freedoms. Right? So if you think through that, it'll make sense to you. And all righty. Let's do some fellowshipping. Those of you watching online, you might want to find another church to watch tonight. We're going to do a testimony time, getting our hearts prepared for the Jubilee, which if we can get it all figured out, we'll be live streaming from under the tent. Have we talked to Felipe? No, okay. We're going to count on Phil. So Phil, if you're watching, we're going to count on you, buddy. All right. Yeah. You stayed in God's will and hadn't moved away from us, I wouldn't have to call you and pester you. I like what Luke said when we were down there. Well, the only thing that's keeping you guys from Michigan, they said, what's that? He said, a for sale sign in your front yard. Yep, that's negotiation at its finest right there. All right. Okay, let's do this. You got her there? I'll put it over there. All right. Who wants to start? Now, I want several people now. I've given you, 6 hours to think about it. And so I want to hear testimonies, how good God's been to you, what you want God to do for you. Maybe there's a specific area that you can stop. Can they just stop recording it? Yeah, they know how to do that. Yeah, you can just pause it if you want there, Gabester. Or Stretch Jr. All righty. All right, Tomas. And what you'll hear, you may hear